Diamonds and shit, flex. Houses and shit, flex. I do what I want, flex. I work for this shit, flex. My name whole weight, flex. Respected and shit, flex. SF9, flex. F-A
Yeah, this shit new to me too, so
No doubt.
I'm forcing myself to get out my comfort zone.
I feel you.
For sure. Gotcha. All right, Rodney.
What's happening?
Yes, sir. All right, man. Just to open it up.
Yeah.
Not what you do, but who are you?
Oh man, who is Rodney, man? I think first and foremost, man, I'm a dad through and through. You know, I think that is a backing for a lot of the things that I do. A lot of the characteristics that I display, I want to show to my kids, my two boys. You know, I love having fun. I love being around friends and family. But I'm also, to some extent, an introvert, right? I love being able to connect with myself and be one with myself and just find solace in that and comfort in that. So, you know, I'm a wide variety of things. You know, sometimes you might see me wilding out and just having a good time. Sometimes you might see me just tucked back, man. I think that's where, you know, I stay most of the time.
Gotcha. For the people that don't know, I'm an introvert too. And if you don't know, you be around me long enough, you'll find out. So cool. All right, so how, I guess first, the fitness journey in general, how did that start?
Yeah.
And then also, let me give you credit because some people want to know, how long did that take for him to get like that? This man was working years before he even met me.
Yeah.
So he built a foundation on his own, and we fine-tuned it and got it there, but it was a whole bunch of other stuff. They see the glory, but they don't know the story.
And,
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny, Coach, because like I have people that I know personally that have seen this last year that we've been working together, and they still think that it's like happening just like that. But in reality, you know, I started this, we talking about a decade ago now, right? And my journey got kicked off or went into hyperspeed really when I lost my father and my father-in-law in the same, like in a year's time, right? Issues related to congestive heart failure and just things around not being overall healthy, right? And living a healthy lifestyle. So at that point in time, I think my son was right about a year old, and I was like, yeah, I gotta change it up. I gotta do something. I gotta be around for him. So I went, you know, full force. I started to resistance train. I started to manage what I ate and kind of focus on the nutrition side of things. And that's where it started. From there, it just grew into a love and a passion just to control of the body and seeing what you can do to the body and manipulate it. And people don't realize how much control you have over the decisions that you make when it comes to nutrition, and that you can change your life with those decisions. You know, bodybuilding is just a byproduct of wanting to be healthy. Like, I didn't care about the medals, and this was more so just a challenge to myself, just to see how far I could push myself.
Gotcha. So for the people, what's like a year, like a roundabout time frame when it started?
Man, 2016, 2017. Yeah, 2017 is when I kind of went and started to resistance train on a regular basis and build up that consistency. And that's when I really saw like my major changes, right? 2017, 2018, 2019 was, like you said, where I built that foundation and really started to build my body into, you know, what it is today.
Cool, gotcha. All right, now into the first prep. So you can say this is our second season, about to open this season up.
Right.
The first prep, there's a lot of things that's common. What's one thing that you think people should know before getting into this shit? Like,
man, I think that people really need to know that you cannot get into this shit for any type of vague reasoning, right? Like, you want to see your abs for the first time, or you want to you know, lose this X amount of weight in a crazy amount of time. So you're trying to put your body through this immense amount of stress, so you jump into a prep or something like that. Hell no. I'll tell people first and foremost, if I didn't have the 10 years of discipline and consistency that I had already put in by choice, I wouldn't have made it through. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go deep to get where people have to be at for prep, because it's not easy. You know, it's not pretty, and the people around you will see that, and you'll see that in yourself. So, you know, don't get into it for no vague reason. You got to really want to do this shit and love to do this shit.
Yeah, even if it starts out like that, because a lot of people do. I would say half of mine was starting off like that,
True,
but then that like just like motivation, that dies
Yeah.
after a while. Then like what's left?
What's left, man?
What you got left to stand on?
Yeah,
'Cause for sure.
It's deeper than that. You know, they say it's deeper than rap, man. For real.
Gotcha. And let's say, I think everything with it is a skill, whether from the discipline to just systems to meal prep to systems of going to sleep or communication with the people around you so they don't think you're acting funny and all this other stuff.
Exactly, man. Big part, system. Like you said, systems, and it just stuck with me, because now I'm in a position where if the smallest thing is out of my routine, I can damn near feel it. Like inside's like, I did something wrong or something's off, you know, and it's like but having those systems and those routines keep you on the straight and narrow. So that's a big thing.
Gotcha. Let's say, is there a system that you have or created that might not be obvious, that might be good to know?
I think my morning routine, right? Like the things that people don't necessarily see. And I know I talk about getting up 4:30 to hit the gym, but I think even after the gym, right, it's like, okay, I know I have to come home and do this, this, and this as it pertains to my boys. I gotta cook this for them, or make sure things are lined up at a certain time. And I think having those time constraints for myself and other responsibilities that I have to take care of made that entire portion of prepping easier, right? So now every morning I know boom, 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 boom. And as long as I check off those boxes, my day is started. I'm already ahead of the game, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah, cool. Yeah. One thing that helped me through life now is one of them books that it's all a blur right now, but they was like successful people win more than unsuccessful people, and most people would jump just to the destination, just to the trophy, the end goal.
Yeah.
But like a win is like I got up, I made my bed, drunk my water. So like for somebody like you, somebody like us, we've won 5 times before other people even woke up. You know what I'm saying? Starting their day.
Gotten up. I started to live and die by that. Like, especially last year's prep is when I would dibble and dabble in the early morning workouts here or there over time. But like when I really took off was last year's prep, and it was like, okay, by 6:30, I've done an hour and a half workout, 30 minutes of cardio, and people are just starting to wipe the crust out of their eyes. I'm winning.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the pro, and then you add that with the other side of that routine, right? Now I've got my 2 boys off to work. I've made sure my wife's got out good and in a good mood. I'm winning the day, and I ain't done nothing for myself yet, really. But you know, I'm crushing it.
And especially with an introvert side, I think about that, because if I have time to give myself some time and put into myself and recharge myself, it's easier to deal or like even balance my energy throughout the day.
Yeah.
By the time life start happening, I already had a good workout, I done had some food. You know, so it might be some BS, but I'm just like, whatever.
I got that. You know, that pump this morning was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So it's easy to zone out and kind of maintain your frame and stuff like that. So definitely got to pour into yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely with competing, self-awareness with where does your energy come from? How do you manage it? Everything is energy, from having the energy to work out or just deal with life, people, because life ain't going to stop.
Nah, you keep
regardless.
going,
I don't care
man.
nothing about this stage.
You keep going, man. I mean, even this prep, you know, dealt with blows during this prep, and so, but you keep putting in good energy into it, and you keep rolling.
Gotcha. Fast forward, clean sweep on your first show.
Yeah.
Was it? Correct me if I'm wrong. 6th or 7th in the world.
Seventh in the world.
Seventh in the world.
Seventh in the world, man.
And that's crazy.
That's wild. It's
Yeah.
still a blur, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And it's I'm sure it's a memory for me just as much as you, because my first time in the Jordan, I was 5th overall.
Yeah.
So to see you get 7th,
Yeah.
it was even better, because then listening to your story now, I didn't know exactly when you started. I know you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I've been at it since 2010.
Yeah.
And I started getting ready for my first show around 2017. And then honestly, your physique is better than my last physique on a pro stage, even when I won a pro show.
Oh, man.
So
Come on.
I'm like, you started after me, and then you done already passed. So now I got to fire under my ass. Like, all right, when I come back out, it got to look like I was having a good off season. You know what I'm saying?
This is what we talk about, iron sharpening
for sure.
iron.
Yeah,
right here,
definitely
you know?
motivation.
And I think that's a testament to how we vibe off of each other. And I think we saw that last year, and we're definitely seeing it this year, right? Like, you know, you got to have people in your corner and that understand it, but at the same time, don't necessarily need to get in the way, right? I say that a lot about Coach, right? Like, you talked me through this entire prep last year, first time going, man, and it was just smooth sailing. Apart from myself getting used to what I was putting myself through, man, you made the process super duper easy. And, you know,
Cool.
blessing.
Gotcha. Got sidetracked, but how is that doing the clean sweep? Like, with the time in, like, did you expect that to happen? Like, was you surprised? Like, and I'm sure it probably took a while for you to even set in and accept what happened.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like?
I think, and I talk about this a lot, right, to people who ask me questions about the show and stuff like that. It's like, you never know who you're going to run into that day, right? I remember the day of the show, I woke up getting ready to come out here to get tan, and I just told myself, yo, no matter what happens today, you've won, right? You done what you set out to do. You wanted to see how far you could take yourself, take your body. Do you have the discipline, the mentality, you know, to go through something like this? Because I had a lot of people in my head, you know, like they were just in my ear, just like, hey, man, you'll crush a bodybuilding show. Your body's this, is that. And the whole time I'm like, I guess, you know, it'll be cool. But after a while, it's like, all right, let me see how far I can go. And so, but that day, you don't know who you're going to run into. It could be somebody out there that's light years ahead of you. But as long as you know that you put the work in, you know, maintain through the process, you feel like you won. And I know I woke up that morning feel like I had already won. I could have gotten 5th in each category, and I would have been like, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just crushed it, you know. But icing on the cake, you know, clean sweep. You can't beat it, man.
Yeah, and definitely when you check all the boxes, it's easy to be present.
Right.
So backstage,
right.
I was kind of, you could say, happy for you, because it felt like even though you was locked in, you was zoned out, the eyes was down a little bit, you still looked like you were kind of taking it in.
Yeah.
And it didn't, of course, you was going up there with a mission, but it didn't look like you was just like, all right, if I don't get first place, I'm a failure.
Yeah, nah.
It seemed like you was just in the moment, like, I can't believe I'm here. Like, this is dope, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
I still can't believe it. I still sit there and be like, I'll be talking about like, man, I can't believe I won a bodybuilder show.
For sure. Yeah.
Like, I didn't even think I was gonna be doing nothing like this. Nobody I know ever done a bodybuilder show or even pushed their bodies to this limit. So,
and regardless of like genetics, anything like that, literally most people will never win a bodybuilding show.
Exactly.
Even if you just go into just the bodybuilding world.
Right.
It's kind of small when you're actually in it, when you realize how small it is, but at the same time, think about everybody in the bodybuilding. Yeah. Most people will never win a show. And that's just reality. Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just facts.
Yeah.
So it's even crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Clean sweep first show. 7th in the world. That's our little joke. 7th in the world, Craig. Just like Top Flight City. 7th in the world, Craig.
Yeah, 7th in the world.
Off season. And then you kind of ventured off. I won't say ventured off, but you maintained yourself. How was that process? Obviously, you did damn good. I was in shock. You know what I'm saying? Because it also, it's been like 99% women that I've coached.
Right.
So to coach somebody like you, with where your physique is, it somewhat was a first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then as a coach, having the potential, the actual muscle, the work ethic, and the mindset, it's like, oh man, I've been waiting for this moment. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of shocking to me, and then you did your own thing, and of course, like, sometimes it goes really bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes really good. You never know. But then when you came back, I'm like, oh man, that's a whole different physique. So how was that process?
Not getting in my own way. You know what I'm saying? I think it goes back to being humble about the 7th in the world, about the clean sweep, right? I know people could easily take that and be like, I ain't gotta stay strict. I'm good. I'm 7th in the world, man. I had enjoyed myself for a little while, reconnected with family, spent that time that I had missed out. But overall, this is where the 10 years of consistency and discipline and actually doing the work comes into, right? Not quick hits every once in a while. Like, I've done a bulk and cut theoretically, I just didn't put a name on it. I've dropped pounds and then I picked them back up and so on and so forth. So I think just having that experience and the wherewithal to stay within that, allowed me to, stay on a quote unquote straight and narrow, or just not let myself get too out of whack. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Speak to the feeling of, or what the experiences after your first contest prep season. And so I just asked that first, and then I go to the next question.
After the first,
kind of like, just like you say, hey man, y'all ain't tell me
how
I was gonna feel after this.
Oh yeah.
And even if we didn't, like, you can tell somebody, but until you feel it,
you don't know, man. Because it's almost, you go through however many weeks you're going to go through a prep, depending on the person. And then it's like almost a shock for your body to get back into the regular swing of things. You know what I'm saying? So I had to not let the increase in weight, that came with it kind of throw me off, stuff like that. Like, because you get so focused in on the vision that you got for that certain amount of time that after you're out of it, you're kind of like, what am I doing? Am I losing myself out here? But, the reality is, you just stay the course. I just tried to stay the course. I didn't let myself get out of in my head too much, and enjoyed that time with everybody around, but then just stayed the course afterward. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Cool. What would you recommend, or any advice to people who, like, I don't have kids,
right?
So I respect y'all can do it. Your son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wished that you would go back fat, so y'all go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like,
my son was feeling it. My oldest, it's funny. My youngest, he was dead set, right? He every time, Daddy's muscles. Let me see Daddy muscles. My youngest was like, hey man, can we go to cookout? Like, I want to go to cookout this evening. But I think you gotta take the pros and cons of it, right? Like, I wanted to show my boys that, hey, you can set your mind to something, hard work, determination, grit, and you can accomplish something, right? And I'm so hell-bent on that, just through and through in life. But yeah, that process it wears on everybody around you. So I had to be mentally aware of that with my sons and stuff like that. So I think that's why once it was over, I made sure to really like focus in on those guys and my wife, and make sure that they knew that the times where Daddy was snappy, or the times where Daddy might have got a little loud, it wasn't nothing nowhere near about them. It's kind of hard to go through that sometimes, but you got to remember what you're doing it for, right? There's always going to be bad sides of things, but I really wanted to show my boys, hey, you can do anything you set your mind to, and that was a big part of prep and competition and outside of my own, things that I wanted to complete.
Gotcha. Cool. All right, where we at? All right, last prep, Did you, I know at some point in time you start doing the macros because I saw you start doing the posting, but did you start off following the plan at first? I don't even remember right off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then go into macros, or which one was that?
So I think for the most part, I just try to stick to as close as the plan as possible with the numbers, right? Even down to like, okay, how many total ounces of whatever is coach saying that I should eat in a day? And I would try to either get close to that or close to the amount of protein, hit the protein, so on and so forth. Like I think I got into the macro counting a few years back, and that allowed me to kind of like easily adjust to that part, tracking the food and making sure if I do go over, I'm not crazy over it. If I am under, it's pretty close to it, right? But I try to stick to the plan for the most part. Whatever you sent me on a week-to-week basis, if it adjusted in any way, I'm adjusting how I go about it. You know?
Gotcha. And for the people, I ask that way because I'm not a one-way person. I give people the macros and a meal plan sample, and then it just depends on the person which one is best, which one they need, all that type of stuff.
For me, it was what's the easiest way that I could hit my numbers, right? And then if I wanted to adjust and take, oh, I want to throw a little variety in it this week, I'm gonna throw some beef in there, or I'm gonna stick to chicken or whatever the case may be. But as long as I was able to stay pretty close to total weight and total macros, and I was good.
And I guess where that question coming from, let's say it seemed like last time it was kind of like you stick to the plan and then change up a little stuff here and there, versus this time I was looking at it as you was doing your full macros, just doing your own thing.
Yep. I was just looking at macro number, and it's like, all right, cool, I can get these 180 grams from this, this, and this. It doesn't necessarily have to just be this one thing the coach has on the plan, And so I think that comes with just being more comfortable, right?
Right. That's why I was looking for. Was there any obstacles or differences with the experience versus like you could you handle the flexibility before, and now you can handle it better? Was there anything like that?
I think it was more so. I think you can consider it like rookie/vet type of thing, right? Like first time going into a prep, it's like you don't know how your body's going to react. I don't want to mess nothing up. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be as perfect as possible. So, that's where that was. As this one, it's like okay, I know kind of what to expect. I know how this thing is going to go. So, give me a little more. Let the rope loose a little bit and just focus on hitting those numbers.
Gotcha. And I assume that from after doing a prep, you are way more self-aware as far as like your body, how it feels, what foods work. That's one thing, like with contest prep, everybody don't need to do a show, everybody don't need to compete. But if you do a contest prep diet, you're gonna learn so much about your body. So even just for the rest of your life, like, oh, when I ate that, my body did not like that. I felt like trash. I got depressed when I ate that. So there's so many things that I like, the most valuable or invaluable things that you can learn from a contest prep or doing a show like that.
It definitely connects you to yourself into a deeper plane, I would say.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like during the off season, I ate a burger, and it was a good burger, right? The burger was delicious. But as soon as I ate it, it was just like body shutdown mode, And I was just like, oh God, like I feel it now. Whereas years ago, I probably wouldn't have felt it that bad. But once you go through a prep and you put your body to a certain amount of extremes, you start to recognize a lot of small nuances and small things. I can feel when my sodium is really increased now, like to a T, So it's just little stuff like that.
Everything. On the weekends, I don't drink enough water because I'm out of my routine. My mouth feel like a sock.
Exactly.
And even now, I can say even just mental health. Like if my mental health starts, if I just feel unmotivated, like usually I can just pop up out of bed and hit the snooze button. I can look back and, all right, what did I eat this last week? Oh yeah, I did. And it wasn't even in the plans. It was just this day, it was a cookout, and then I was traveling. Now I'm stopping at the gas station. I don't stop at the gas station no more. But if I do stop at the gas station on the road, I'm gonna give me a honey bun, all that type of stuff. And then next thing you know, oh man, I didn't eat bad for a whole week. That was not just one day.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I told you, like at the beginning of this prep, I remember I remember I came. I think I saw you around February. We had a group session in here in February, and I was living life. You know, I was having a good time, and then double back around top of April when we was about to kick this thing off, and you were like, hey man, like tighten up. What you do to tighten up? And you know, I was like, stop going to cookout with my kids. Like it was just something simple as that. But I knew I didn't need to lock in.
Right,
I just
yeah.
needed to clean up a little bit.
For sure.
You know, so
Yeah.
you learn about yourself, man.
All right. You have officially inspired
Oh man.
the next generation.
Oh God, man.
You have a fan. Not even in a weird way, just like
Nah.
a real legit, respectable, like, oh man, I competed in this organization because of
Yeah.
you, and you're posing.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess first, what is posing to you,
Ooh.
and then now, how does that feel?
Ooh. Posing is for a bodybuilder. I think posing is the ultimate way that you can express yourself, right? Like, I feel like a lot of bodybuilders will say this, especially the ones that really, really love the sport and just don't look at it as something that just can get something out of, right? If you just enjoy the process and you enjoy the entirety of the sport, you would know that posing is artwork. And it's a way to express yourself, your confidence, your sensuality, you know, all of those things. Any type of emotions you want to get out there. I feel like posing can do all of that to a sense where sometimes words might not, you know, be able to do those things. I love posing, you know. I look at the older generations of the golden era, as we call them in the bodybuilding world, the Frank Zangs, the Lee Priest, the Arnolds, and everybody, the Sergios, and I look at silhouettes and I see outlines and shadows and things like that, and just perfect pictures of bodies. And I when I think about posing and my posing in itself, I just kind of want to emulate that. And how can I make my stature look like somebody wants to frame it? You know, in a sense, man, it's just it's beautiful to me. Not to sound sappy and cheesy, but it's beautiful, right? It's dancing, it's ballet.
I call it visual storytelling. And I got a lot of different backgrounds that people don't know, but well, as you were saying that, I was thinking about, I know you mentioned that you have a music background as well.
Right.
So I experience music on a spiritual level. I get synesthesia. I didn't even know it was, but like, let's say Pharrell, Kanye, or Beyonce, they may see colors. I have like an emotional feeling. So like when the beat drop, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it hits, sometimes it don't. It could be like a snare, like a certain pattern of the drum, a tear will come down. Like I feel music on that level.
I feel it, of course, in the emotional aspect of it, right? Like I think that's where my connection to it is, and also visually in a way. Like I see bar graphs of waves and sound waves and things. Like you said, a snare hit, a bass drum hits, frequencies is everywhere, man.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, and I think that's what's dope about it, right? I think that's where you and I are so alike, because we have that music background, and then we look at bodybuilding and posing in this way that you can kind of just mesh the two and express the same way that music does. You can express it that way,
For sure.
like you said, visually.
Yeah, even past the music, when I'm posing, I think about what do I want people to feel. Like when I first started my first show and I was learning how to pose, my coach wanted me to turn around and do the hype the crowd. I didn't want to do that.
Nah.
If they not making noise because I'm doing something enough for them, I don't want to do that. I don't want that's. I don't.
I'm not begging for it.
Whatever y'all do, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
I see that
I wanna
now.
earn it.
I see that now. Like we watch IFBB and you see the guys.
And then sometimes they don't make no noise.
No.
Ain't nothing to see.
Now you're looking worse because you did it. But you know that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, but actually, my goal is to make the room quiet.
Yeah, study me.
Yeah. So I want it to be an experience. And I think I didn't get to pick my music in my last two shows, but 2023, No Gear, if you watch that video, it was quiet. You can hear all of the music. And it was like my posing was slower than everybody else's. And in my mind, at least, I don't know how everybody else received it, but it was an experience for some people.
Right.
And to this day, people remember that. So I guess even more than a trophy, or even if I never win another show again, if I make somebody remember my posing,
Yeah.
or somebody have a good experience, like I guess that's my art, my visual
Right.
storytelling.
That goes to my man out there, right? You know, shout out Henny, man. Shout out Henny. Congratulations on your win, by the way. But that meant a lot to me for him to reach out, and we connected on IG, and just to share those words, because that's what you want to do, right? You want to inspire. You want to, you know, make people feel something with what you do. I think any person that expresses themselves in any type of way wants that to happen, you know. And that's what posing is, right? As soon as we were done last season, like I'm in my mind trying to figure out how can I evoke something else next time? How can I take it further next time? And it has to mean something to you to take it to that level.
Gotcha. There's random thought that just I need to start using it again, but my initial mantra when I first started was provoke, evoke, inspire.
That's right. It's on the website right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't making it so. Yeah, but just for the people, I don't like telling people exactly what to do sometimes, because sometimes what they need is already in them, and I just want to ask the right questions, do the right things, or trigger them in a positive way to provoke that out of them or into their mind.
Yeah.
And then I want to evoke them. Okay, what makes that person tick? What triggers them in a positive way again, so they can have their own positive emotion attached to. I don't want you doing it because I told you to.
Right,
You're supposed to. Like,
right.
Exactly. How can we give you some conviction?
Yeah.
You know
Believe in that.
Yeah.
Believe in that.
And now you got your reason. You didn't answer your own question. You know what I'm saying? And now you have you seeing other positive examples. Now you're inspired.
Yeah.
And you know what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? On a spiritual level, you now, okay, this thing came from somewhere else.
Right.
He didn't even tell me
Exactly.
this, but now, you know what I'm saying, these pieces, now you got the emotion.
Something's
now
lining it
you
up
ready
for
to
me.
roll,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
something's
saying?
lining it up for
so
me.
that
for
at
sure.
that point, you don't need motivation. Like, you this has to be done.
Self-sustaining.
You know what I'm saying? So that you can say that's my goal and mindset.
Yeah.
Even though it's like on a subconscious level, because I'd be forgetting that I even came up with that. Cool. So go mindset. You kind of touched on it bits and pieces, but let's say a question that I'm pretty sure I asked you was like, do you want to compete or do you want to be competitive? In that topic or category, what would you say your mindset is in regards to competing in general?
Competing in general, I think it started out as a challenge to myself. It was more just a competition with myself when it first started out. Like I said, just doing this for a while, I felt like I had already accomplished the goal that I set out, and then I just wanted to push myself. So it was never really about winning competitions per se. It was just about, hey, can you do this? You've done a certain amount. You've got to X point, and now it's kind of getting stagnant. So let's see if you can go even further. I think now that I've competed, now I've gotten to a point where it's like, okay, at least for a little while, I want to stay competitive in the sport, right? I don't necessarily want to fall off or lag in any type of way. I think I do want to be able to show improvements year over year, just so that the fire and the love of it doesn't necessarily dissipate, you know, because at the end of the day, I love the sport of bodybuilding. Outside of it starting off for me just to be healthier, I think I just fell in love with the sport of bodybuilding in general at that point. And so I think during the process, it made me competitive. It made me want to be competitive and kind of step up and be on that same leveling field with everybody else that's out there.
Interesting, yeah. Definitely, as a coach too, it's interesting to watch different seasons that people go through, and then I'm even going through my own seasons now, because I've finally found the words. But I would say when I started competing, my motivation was from a place of darkness. It was from a place of insecurity. Even though I'm not anymore, I'm still a little fat little kid with man boobs.
That's real. No, that's real.
If I'm not big enough, I won't be I don't want to say, I never wanted to be intimidating, but you know, you want to walk in the
No,
room
yeah,
and you want to
yeah,
hold your
you wanna-
ground. You want to, don't play with me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
my chest out.
And it was all this other stuff. And then it went from that to, okay, I have to win, or I'm not going to be credible as a trainer, as a coach, and I got to build my business.
Yeah.
And then just like anything else, the destination, a lot of times you won't be fulfilled.
No.
And then you get there and it's like, all right, damn, what's next?
Exactly.
It's empty. And nobody really cares.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, man. You told me that like midway prep last year, man, and it was funny. Right after the Carolina Fitness Festival, that next day, I had to take my son to daycare that morning. Nothing stopped. There wasn't no parade. It was nobody out here saying, "Oh my God, man, I can't believe." It was like, get up, make the milk, okay, and get the baby to daycare by 8:15. So everything will be on point. And I think, for me as a parent, that keeps me in reality, right? It doesn't let me get too big for my britches, as they used to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, hey, at the end of the day, I'm a regular dude. Like when people say, man, you know, I love your posing or X, Y, and Z, things like that. Like I'll be like, man, I sit at a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thank you very much. But at the end of the day, I'm a regular dude. I love to bodybuild. I love to manipulate my body in any way that I see fit, and just enjoy the sport. But at the end of the day, none of this shit means anything.
Gotcha. For sure. And then with me being an introvert, keep bringing that up.
Yeah.
If you see me in public, feel free to speak. I be having resting asshole face, but that's just how I be. I'm an introvert. I'm be chilling. I don't need interaction, but you know what I'm saying. And then, but what made me think of that is, I don't know where it comes from, but I've always I don't really think I'm nobody.
Yeah.
Like I know who I am.
Right.
I know the person that I've created. I know what I've accomplished, but that still don't make me feel like I'm somebody or people should know me. So when I be at these shows, I don't be speaking because I don't think nobody knows me. Now I can't. I gotta acknowledge it, and then also it's different because let's say if you've been in the bodybuilding world for 6, 7, 8 years, like shit, you damn near OG.
Yeah.
So because a lot of people don't make it.
Very true.
It's
you got to kind of put yourself in that position and
so now it's like, oh well, people been seeing me for 10 years with the same shirt on. They know who I am, and it's like I'm just humble. I stay in reality. Like I don't think I'm nobody.
Nah, and I think it allows you to enjoy, fruits of success and everything like that. But I think that's a lot where the downfall is with a lot of people, right? They get those fruits and they let it go wild, bonkers, and that's, if that's who you are, man, that's cool. But I feel like staying humble, staying within yourself, knowing your why. I always preach that. Like, what's your why? Like what's your why? Why you want to do this? Why you want to lose the weight? Why do you want to compete? And I always tell people, like, your why has to be super duper deep, right? And I feel like as long as you stay true to yourself, stay humble, remember your why, that success will just continue to kind of flow in to a certain amount, to a certain degree,
Yeah.
Energy you put out, energy you bring back in.
And I think also I've done a lot of different, I don't even know what to call it. Like I've been big into roller skating, into cars, and anytime you have a group of people or community, if you want to call it that, it's gonna be a lot of weird stuff happening. And people gonna do stuff, and they, like if you was a cornball in high school, you still a cornball. Like you can become better, like if competing help you focus on personal development, and then you become a better person, then cool. But you can't start competing and then I got good genetics and I'm gonna fake it till I make it, and then you cool or you somebody. No, you gonna fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
Because I be seeing some weird stuff and people talking shit, and competitive is cool.
Right.
But yeah, don't get it twisted.
Nah, man, you gotta just be yourself.
We can tell. we can tell.
See that, man.
We can tell. But there's a lot of good things about competing that you can learn about yourself. I heard somebody say it was the greatest personal development tool. because of the conversation that you have with yourself, the internal
Yeah.
thoughts, everything. And then one of my things that stuck with me, because it spoke to my childhood for sure, Phil Heath, in an interview with Ed Milet, he said that bodybuilding helped him change his relationship with pain. Because his childhood and his experiences made him kind of run away from pain.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he would have different vices and stuff like that. But he
Yeah.
was like, with bodybuilding, if he went to pain, when he chased the pain, it was a benefit on the other side. So it gave
Very
him
true.
a more perspective, and it was empowering for him.
Yeah.
So then he was able to, after bodybuilding, I guess, face other things that he had been avoiding that he needed to heal.
In my process, right, over the 10 years before I started competing, the last year and a half before I met you, I started therapy, right? And I feel like it was a slow grind using fitness in that pain, right, that you chase, because that's what you end up doing. You start to chase it and you see the results and you get that gratification from that. But in that process, it allowed me to start to look back on things and started me to dig a little deeper, and then I was able to just bite the bullet and do therapy, go through therapy and get a lot from that as well, which I feel like it was like step 1, fitness, step 2, therapy, healed things deeper. Step 3, now you're in a position mentally, you know what I'm saying? Like mentally, you're at a place where you can go for what you really want. Because if I'd have tried this before I did step 2, then it wouldn't have happened that way. You know, I wouldn't have had the fortitude to be able to dig deep and be like, hey man, you got to get up. You got to make sure that you hitting these workouts. You got to make sure you're hitting this cardio. You got to stay consistent. Oh, and by the way, don't let this ruin your relationship with your kids and your wife. Stay within yourself. Stay present. I feel like that entire process, right, was just like 1, 2, 3. But it started with the bodybuilding and the fitness and allowing me to go within myself and find that.
What was I about to say? What was I about to say? Oh, man. How did you start that off, the last thing?
Just going through different steps in the process with the trauma.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. No matter what the topic is, a blessing too soon, it's not a blessing at all.
Oh, man, yeah.
Because you're going to tear that up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. Sometimes we don't get what we pray for. We get the obstacles and the experiences to build the person that what we wanted just comes along with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%,
So,
man.
for sure. Cool. All right, where we at? If you started this journey over from scratch, from day one, what would you tell that person or yourself then?
Oh, man. Don't doubt yourself at all, right? And I know I feel like that's easy, hindsight 2020, but I have a pessimistic outlook, just perpetually. Like, and I think that just comes from childhood trauma, right? And just wanting to brace myself for the worst, right? So it was moments during that first prep where I was like, man, you know, it might not work, it might not go, you know, as well as I'm thinking. I know Coach telling me X, Y, and Z, but he could be blowing smoke. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just stay here. I'm gonna just stay real about it. But you know, I would say, hey man, just make sure you're going all in from the get-go. There was moments where I would kind of like fall back and really slow it down and be like, man, I really want to go through this. But at the end of the day, I kept pushing forward just because my why outweighed that doubt. But I would say, man, just go in and you know, go full force, 100%. Don't second guess it. Head down, chest up, keep pushing.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Is there anything with competing, you might have already touched on this too, what's something that's overrated? Or maybe even I thought this was gonna happen, but it ain't really happening. Or is there anything like that for you?
I don't know.
Prime example, depending on your motivation for starting, you might think you're gonna get one thing, but you're gonna get a whole bunch of dudes asking you what kind of protein you shake and how much you bench, and I'm like, I don't bench press. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, exactly. I had somebody ask me that the other day. It was like, man, how much you bench? I'm like, man, I haven't went over this weight in like 6 years, bro. Like, I'm not trying. Overrated. I think, I don't know, man. I think this may go to the why I started, and you know, everything's been icing on the cake for me, right? Everything's been a blessing for me. Being able to step on the stage was a blessing for me. Winning was a blessing for me. You know, when I started it out, I never really had the thought process of, man, I'm going in this to win, right? So nothing, for me, nothing has been overrated, right? I think I've been able to stay with that underdog mentality, stay with that mindset of, you know, this is just something that I love to do. So the attention that comes with it's cool, but I don't think about it. So it's not like it's something that I'm like, oh, give me more, give me more. It's like, cool, appreciate it, you know, and then I keep going on my way, you know. The medals, I mean, if I'm being honest, them shit sit on the floor. They sit on the floor. I just put my sword up like 2 weeks ago, you know, like, thank you, but you know, it just, I've been able to stay within myself. So it's I appreciate it all. You know, nothing's made me too far jaded, you know. It's been a fun ride for me, you know, like I'm just enjoying the process.
Gotcha. That's dope, and that speaks to your mindset.
Yeah,
so that's dope, and that's probably a testament to why you've accomplished what you accomplished. I was supposed to mention in the beginning, but honestly, the stuff that we talked about was really the stuff that I cared about.
Yeah.
But 1 week out, well, less than 1 week out. How many days
we got? Two? 5, 7?
2 days.
2 days.
2 days out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can see why our minds at, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that. And then speaking of that, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm already on, I'm like, damn, if he looked like this for the first show,
what
we gonna look like for the next show? I'm like, damn.
Yeah. 2 days out, man. Excited. You know, I was telling my wife this a couple of nights ago. I was like, man, I'm getting to that point now where it's like, I'm itching to get up there and as I say, go dance, right? It's a testament of like just being ready to show the hard work that you've put in, right? Once again, it's not about the potential earnings or the trophies and the things like that. Like once you do this for 16 weeks, 20 weeks of prep, and if you really love it, you just want to go up there and show it off. You just want to go up there and let people see the work that you put in. And I think that's the blessing about it. That's the fun part for me. I'm excited. Presidential, I know it's a big show. It's one of the shows that I've seen regularly over the years of following the OCB, and so you know I'm just excited to step on that stage. Just like Yorton last year, it's still mind-boggling to me that I was on that stage. You know, we're talking about World Championships of Natural Bodybuilding, so mind-boggling. Presidential, one of the biggest shows in the organization, mind-boggling. You know, I'm just happy and giggity and ready to do my thing, man.
Gotcha. Cool. If I ain't said it before, this process with you has been just as beneficial for me as I hope it was for you.
Yeah.
Especially with, you know what I'm saying, now I do have men, but it was all women at first.
Yeah.
So I think I was telling you at the last Yorton, like, I guess you call it protocol if you get technical. What I had you do, I had been waiting to try that since 2012, 2013.
It's just crazy.
It's stuff that I had learned back then, but then it also reminded me to never stop learning.
Very true.
Because let's say if I had only studied women or myself or certain stuff like that, I wouldn't have been prepared
for the situation.
So we did the Carolina Fitness Festival, got your pro card. It was maybe Tuesday when you told me you was gonna do the Yorton, that it was the next.
No, it was. So what? Fitness Festival was that Sunday. It was that Sunday night. I remember it because everybody was at the house. Everybody was excited and everything. But I'm sitting here standing by the bar like like, yeah, we gonna go do this shit, right? So I run, grab my phone. I'm like, Coach, let's go to Charlotte. Let's handle business. You know, it was that night. I remember that.
Gotcha. But basically, it was a week, not that much time.
No, yeah.
Especially, we did good, but it's a new physique to me.
Exactly.
So everything is trial and error. So I gotta lean on my foundation, what I've been studying, whether I used it or not. So it's like educated guesses.
Yeah.
And when, you know, and then the little water and the salt backstage,
man.
like especially with, you got a different amount of muscle than the females that I'm used to working with. So when you was in that mirror, I know you remember the video I'm talking about, in that mirror and you did like that, and then like,
and then I looked at you, I said,
this shit worked. Like, I got damn near teary eyed just looking at that. I ain't give a damn about what happened on the stage. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh man, I might know what I'm doing. You know, because I get imposter syndrome too.
Oh God.
I can still consider myself a rookie compared, because I don't follow regular people.
Yeah.
So I don't even consider like average stuff. I'm looking at the top of the top.
Exactly.
And I ain't on that level yet. So I'm always second guessing myself, which causes me to work harder and never get comfortable. So it's a pro and a con.
It is.
But like when that shit happened, I was like, I'm him.
Hey, it's the same thing. Like it's the same thing as we were going through prep last year, and we was getting down to, I would say, I think it really started to hit me. We was probably like maybe 6, maybe 8 weeks out, and I think we came in here, we went through posing practice one day, and I was just looking at myself. I was like, you look like a real deal bodybuilder. Like you look like something right now. And like you said, you have that imposter syndrome where, you know, I'm going like years and years of hearing people say it, but it's not setting and things like that. And I'm just like, I'm just in the gym lifting weights, you know, just trying to stay healthy, just doing my thing. But then it was at that moment where I was like, hey man, like you got something going here. But this guy, I just gotta say it, because I said it to you, but I'm gonna say it up here. Mad scientist, mad fucking scientist, okay? It was the coolest thing for me as a rookie coming into this thing, to kind of just watch you put it all together and respond and change and tweak and give me the game. The entire process. But I think we both could say that week, that Sunday to Sunday, was wild. And so it was just a real deal experience, real dope experience, man.
And it was dope to hear your perspective on it, because, you know, I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. I'm not even thinking about what I'm looking like, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then you was like, yes.
You could see it.
I saw it saying.
Yeah.
You was like, you saw me thinking.
Yeah.
I did like that.
You could see it.
And it was like, all right, do this, and this shit worked.
You could see it. Like, you just, here, eat this right here. And I'm just, okay, you know, whatever. And but then, you know, 3 minutes later after the pump up, it's like, okay, this is happening, right? So it was just real cool, man, to, you know, see somebody in their element and see how it play out, and it played out the best way possible for us, man.
And you talking about nerve-wracking? Like, I'm like handing you salt and water. I'm like, oh, shit. I hope this shit
will blow up.
Well, I got to keep it straight first. Though. I got to hold it down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I look insecure, then you can be like, man, oh, shit, I don't know if this shit going to work. Yes, I got to hold a straight face. So now after doing that with you, I got a little more confidence. I'm good with wellness, bikini, all that other stuff. Yeah. Okay, that's what I do. I've been doing it.
Right.
But then for somebody with your amount of muscle, your physique, shit.
It was a cool experience.
Oh, yeah, I'm him.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, look, that's how I feel. It's like, okay, I might be that guy, you know?
Sure. Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, this was a cool talk.
Yeah,
we finally got to do it.
Good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, come back with a check or something somewhere.
Yeah, you know, we're trying to.
That ain't what it's about, but you know what I'm saying? That'd be nice.
It's good.
Might need to do a recap after that.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Always good talks.
That's what's up. Shit. How can the people follow you?
Oh, man.
Also, you do your own thing, so I can see you either influencing, coaching. You got something kind of potential.
Yeah,
so tell the people about that.
So I think so. Okay, let's put it out there in the universe, right? When I started my fitness journey, my mantra, like you say, you got your mantra. My mantra was prioritize the goal, right? It didn't matter what it was. and as long as it's positive, of course, right? But but it didn't have to be fitness related. It could be career related. It could be personal with your family, whatever it is, right? If you really want it, prioritize it. You know, put it first, because we tend to say we can't do things, but we end up doing a lot of bullshit. You know, that's because we prioritize the bullshit, right? So I felt like once I learned that, hey, if I put my mind to something, I can really change it. I can really put it in the universe, speak it into existence, as they say. Prioritize it. PTG Fitness is my mantra. Prioritize the goal. Definitely looking to piggyback off of this experience, right, and go down that road of personal training soon. If you're looking for me on IG, I am Mr. Prioritize. That is _ Mr. PRIORIT, the number 1 ZE _ I know that's a lot. We'll probably put it somewhere for you guys to follow me. Rodney Johnson on Facebook. And yeah, I think my thing is just to inspire people and show them that you can do whatever it is that you put your mindset to. And I think that fitness is just a big thing right now because, you know, people feel like it's an insurmountable thing. You know, like a lot of people feel like they'll never be able to get in shape, or they'll never be able to get their dream body. Or these things is this, and this that's keeping it from them. And I think I know that we have certain things, certain hurdles. Everybody has things that they have to get over. But at the end of the day, if you prioritize making the right choices, consistency, discipline, whatever it is comes to fruition. I feel like that's my TED Talk. That's what I like to preach, and that's what I'm about.
That boy good. You done this before. Man, you close it out well.
Hey.
We can leave it right there.
There we go, man.
That's what's up. 2 days out.
2 days out.
Let's get it done.
Let's get it in.
Flex, 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 flex. I spent the line for this shit.